Hello my loves, this is Mystique and I welcome you to my digital sacred space. I hope you're happy, healthy and healing wherever you're watching from. Today I'm doing a very special reading for you. We are looking at what your future children have to say to the current you right now. So basically we're hacking into the future to see what they're saying, like your unborn children, what they have to say. So I'm gonna keep the space very open to have them speak through me and deliver the messages that they want to give you and say what they want to say to you. So yeah, if their higher self wants to come in, their spirit guides want to come in, I'm going to keep this pretty open and yeah, tell you whatever they want to say. So yeah, today we are looking at what messages they have for you and anything else that they want to say. And so these are your piles. We have 3 piles today. You have pile number 1, pile number 2 and pile number 3. If you're wondering why do I have like a painting palette and water here, it's because I am an intuitive artist and I am going to be doing a mini channeled painting which is roughly the size of an oracle card. So I'll be painting on here and I will be channeling messages from them while I paint, like from the colors and from the water itself. So watercolors are my primary medium of art, but I also make a lot of crafts where I also like to do a lot of things that involve folding paper in creative ways. So I did a channeled love letter. I don't know why I said that. I never mentioned like other readings in the intro, but I feel like for some of you, if you are drawn to a reading that I did quite a time ago called Channel Love Letter Box from Your Future Spouse, then I feel like some of you have your future spouse's energy there, and then the children you have with those future spouse, their energy will be in this reading. So you can watch that reading after you watch this one. It's completely up to you. I'm not gonna force you, but yeah, I just wanted to mention that, and I'm gonna start with the prayer. So you can go ahead and go watch your pile if you want to. I'm just going to offer a small prayer to the higher self of your future children, of your unborn children, to your spirit guides and your future children's spirit guides, to make this space conducive and open for them to come through, to speak through me, to speak through my art, to speak through the painting that I'm going to be channeling today. I invite you, my dear loves, I invite you, pile number 1, 2, 3 spirit guides, their future children, higher selves. I invite my spirit guides. I call upon all of you with divine love to protect and cleanse this space and allow me to read for the viewer. Please protect this reading from any bad energies, any negative energies, any low vibrational energies. Please keep this space clean of any low vibrational energies and allow me to channel a beautiful painting for 1, 2 and 3. For this I pray and I thank you, my dear spirit guides of pile number 1, 2 and 3 and their future children. I extend my love to you and I will go on and proceed with the reading. Thank you. Okay, my dear pile number 1, 2 and 3, you can now go to your reading and I will see you in a second. Okay, my dear loves, if you chose pile number 1, hello, I welcome you to your reading and I'm gonna start with the painting first. Please tap me into their future children, please. Okay. Okay. Your future child is going to be like a ray of sunshine. For your personality traits of your future children, I feel like they are going to be very bubbly, very cheerful. I feel like you are somebody that has gone through dark things in your past. I feel like you might have gone through some kind of abuse or trauma, some kind of accident. I'm seeing a car accident in specific. Some kind of loss, some kind of grief. But I feel like the energy of your loss and grief is not touching your child at all, and I feel like it's because you have done the necessary inner work for that, and that is why that energy is not touching your child, because you have done the work. So I don't see like a negative energy kind of around your child, because I feel like they are very protected, and I feel like part of that has to do with the fact that you protect them. Now they showed me a sunset, so that's what I'm painting. Your future child is saying that they love you so much for doing that inner work, because if you wouldn't have done that, then that trauma and that all that energy would have passed to them to transmute, and they are coming in to say thank you for doing that for us, because they're saying that they don't deserve you. That's so sweet. I'm seeing a very bright energy around your children, and I feel like I already said, it's like that because you have always protected them from harm, and I feel like you are always spiritually protecting your children. You are always spiritually protecting your children, and your children are coming in to say thank you. Thank you for always being with us. Thank you for seeing our worth. I saw some mountains, like something similar to that. I'm gonna start putting in some James Gray right here. Your child has a very bubbly kind of energy. They are like, please tell them that I love them, I cherish them. I feel like your child is going to love giving you hugs or receiving hugs from you. They are absolutely going to love it. Now for some of you, I feel like for a small section of you, your child might not outright ask you for hugs, but they definitely want them. Definitely. And then there's the other section that's like, mom, dad, please give me a hug. I want to give you a hug. It's such a beautiful energy. I was drawn to put black here at the bottom, of the painting. So I feel like this is very much your energy. You see how the black is kind of fading into the light or the yellow color. So I feel like this is kind of your energy, and because I feel like you've done a lot of inner work I feel like you could also have transmuted a lot of intergenerational karma in your family, or you were like the scapegoated child, the golden child, and you were not very loved as a child. I feel like you might have come from a family where there was not a lot of feeling of acceptance and gratitude and love and bonding, which you always longed for as a child. And I feel like with this family, that's going to change. I feel like this new family that you have with your future spouse is full of love. It's full of love. I see your future spouse supporting you in everything. In everything. They are going to support you through everything. They will never chastise you. They will never make you feel bad for anything. And I feel like your child is going to look at your bond and grow up, right? The child is always observing how each of the parent kind of treat each other, and the child is always learning from that, right? So I feel like the higher self of your future child is coming in to say that he is so happy to see that there's so much love between you and your husband, or you and your wife, whatever, or you and your marriage partner, like whatever you want to say. Yeah, there's a lot of love there. Lot of love. I also feel like a little bit of like a cutie kind of energy because I was drawn to the pink. I'm just adding a little bit of pink, not too much. But yeah, I'm going to wait for this to dry, and then I will show you at the end of the reading what it looks like. But let's get into your cards. And let's see what your cards have to say and what your child has to say. And this is what it looks like wet. It's still wet. You see how I said like you have been doing the processing and the transmuting of the karma. But I saw like a yellow light and darkness. You are leaving your family lineage behind. Like the way, let's say that there was somebody in your family that believed that children should be beaten, and you as a child were beaten a lot, and that broke your heart, right? And I feel like with your future child, your approach is going to be the exact opposite, or it's going to be very different. I feel like you have learned from your childhood, and you know how to raise a child because you don't do those toxic things that, let's say, your family used to do to you. Only some of you are from toxic families. I don't feel like it's all of you, so take it as it resonates. You don't have to like don't force the message to fit. But yeah, I pulled out these cards for you, and there were so many cards that came out for you. It was very clear to me that your future child has a lot to say to you, so I'm gonna put these two cards up. I feel like these will be your main cards, and then these will be additional cards, additional messages from your future child. 10 of Pentacles. Wow. Knight of Pentacles. Oh my god. Okay, the very first message that I'm getting from these two cards, both being earth energy, your future child is going to love that you give them like a sense of stability. I feel like you're going to be their cheerleader, and your future child is coming in to say like the strength I have in my soul, the confidence I have in my bones is all because of you, mom. It's all because of you, dad. If I love myself, if I grew up to love myself, it's all because of you. It's all because you worked hard. And I feel like one of the ways that you might show your love to your child is by getting them toys that they want. I feel like you're going to spoil your child a little bit, and I feel like your child knows that, but your child takes it in a way, it's like my mom, my dad think that I'm deserving, and that is why they want to buy me all this. Like they don't see it in a way that's negative, like, oh, I'm just going to, like, my parents are rich, I'm just going to, you know, keep spending their money because I'm rich. It's not like that. It's very, your future child thanks you for And I feel like they are coming in to thank both of you, your future spouse and you. Thank you for giving me this life. Like, thank you for allowing me to be myself. Thank you for, and again, there's a light here. Oh, it's a road. It's a road here. So like, they know that their road through this life is easier compared to your childhood. Like, their childhood is easier and full of love compared to your childhood. I feel like you literally did not have anything, because the very first card that we got is 10 of Pentacles, right? So I feel like you did not have much growing up, or you could have been poor, or there's just this feeling of like lack, where you couldn't get everything that you want, or maybe your parents couldn't buy what you wanted even though they wanted to. There's this feeling of that, but I'm seeing that that's your child's life is going to be the opposite of your childhood. There's this feeling, and your child is going to be so loved and so pampered. I feel like with the person, with the Knight of Pentacles, he has his hand on his heart. So I feel like you love your child so much. You think that he or she is so precious and so lovely and so beautiful. I feel like you literally are going to think that your child is the most beautiful human being on the planet. And as you should, you are their parent, so that's completely, absolutely great and beautiful and correct. And with the 10 going to the Knight, and we skip the page, right? 10 page, Knight, Queen, King. That's the order of the tarot. And I feel like your child is going to learn to celebrate themselves from a very young age, because I feel like for every small achievement, like let's say they learn how to walk, then you teach them how to be happy, or you show them that you're happy, and then they learn to be happy about it themselves. So you know how you have some overachievers that are very successful, but they are not happy. It's because they don't allow themselves to celebrate their small successes, right? And so success, any small step in success, a forward step, doesn't make them happy, because they don't stop and enjoy it. They don't stop to smell the beautiful flowers. That's the kind of feeling I'm getting. And I feel like we are only given a little sparkle of madness. Do not lose it. Oh, beautiful. I was taken to that sparkly kind of energy, that yellow. And then again, you have the backs of these cards. I pick the card decks and the colors intuitively. I don't pick it myself. And I was drawn to this color scheme, this yellowy, bright kind of color scheme for you, for the reading today. And your child is going to learn how to celebrate themselves and love themselves, because you love yourself. I feel like at the time you marry your future spouse and you have children, you'll be financially secure, obviously, and because you love yourself. And I feel like the abundance that comes to you is going to be a reflection of the love in your heart, and you loving yourself, you feeling like you deserve that abundance. So you get that, and then you're able to give an easy life to your child, financially speaking. And I feel like your child learns to value money. They learn to value themselves because you value yourself. No, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Oh my God. Now if you are a female watching this, and you're going to be a mother, oh my God, your child sees you as a queen. Your child sees you as a queen. Listen, if you have a daughter in the future, this daughter is going to literally look up to you. Like, you are going to be her hero. And if you are a man watching this, she's going to look up to you as a father, and she's going to be like, yeah, I'm daddy's girl. Like, I will always be, like, there's this sense of like, if you are a man watching this, the kind of father you become is somebody who gives a lot of protection to you're going to teach her how to be strong. You're going to teach her to be confident. You're going to be teaching her how to stand up for herself, and not give in to bullies, or listen to bullies, or bad things that people have to say. I feel like both of you are going to do that, your wife as well, but I feel like more so it's going to be you. And then she grows up, and people are going to ask her, what's the secret of your confidence? And she's going to say, oh, it's my dad raised me right. My dad raised me to be a strong, confident woman. So that is why, like, I feel like you're going to teach her to see the value in herself. There's a lot of like messages coming in, like saying that you are going to really make them feel like they deserve love, so they're never going to suffer in their life. Like, they are never going to compete with anybody, they will never compare themselves with anybody, and like they will grow up with a very healthy sense of self-esteem. If you are a woman watching this, your daughter is going to look at you as her superhero. If people ask her, like, who is the woman you most admire, she's going to say, it's my mom. Who is the secret of your strength? My mom. Who taught you how to be confident? My mom and dad. It's going to be like that. And I feel like this is literally her motto. Like, if this is a daughter that you have, this is her motto. I have everything I need to prosper. I deserve the best. I deserve financial security. This is her motto in life. Ace of Cups. Oh my God. You build such a beautiful family. You're going to have such a beautiful family. I just felt like somebody's energy, like, no, it's not going to be like that. I don't deserve it. And I know that that's how you feel currently, but it's not going to last. And this beautiful family life, yeah, it is coming in for you. It is coming in for you. Now, whether you take it, whether you claim it or not, is not up to me. I have to, honestly speak about what I see in the cards. And wow, you have the Four of Wands. Now, the Four of Wands in the traditional tarot deck is literally the card of marriage. And like I already said, you're going to have a beautiful marriage. Now, this is an additional message that's coming in, which is not from your future child, it's from your future spouse. I feel like even when you get old, there's going to be so much passion. Like, you're going to be on fire for each other. I feel like some of you are blushing or are shy listening to this. How cute. Your energy is so cute. But yeah, they are going to be on fire for you. And the water and the fire being here together tells me that, and with the earth, I feel like there's a lot of love and there's a lot of passion. There's a lot of love and there's a lot of strength. Like your daughter is not a pushover. She's not somebody who will be like put down by anybody ever. Right? And she's somebody who's really strong and courageous. Very courageous. Very courageous. And I feel like it's because of how you raise her that she's like that, or he's like that. For some of you, you could have daughters. For some of you, you could have a son. There was one more message. What was it, Spirit? Your future child is coming in to say thank you to both of you, but to you especially, for creating an environment of love, for creating an environment where they prosper, where a human child prospers. A human child actually withers in an environment where there's a lot of conflict, antagonism, abuse, trauma, where the child always sees the parents fighting. That environment is not good for the child's inner mind, because he or she is absorbing all of that, right? But for your future child, it's going to be the opposite. It's a loveful house. Like, I see a house where the father talks so gently with the mother. The mother is conscious of her duties and she's like, oh, I'm going to cook because my child might be hungry, and she loves it. She loves giving herself to that mother life, to the mother life, if I can call it that. She loves being a mother, and I feel like if you are a woman watching this, you're going to love being a mother. And I feel like your child is coming in to say, Mom, don't worry, you are going to be the perfect mom. Now, I feel like some of you might be worried that you're not going to be a good mom or something, and like, trust your heart, trust your intuition. Trust your heart, trust your intuition, because it will not betray you. Okay? And what do we have here? We have Triskelion of divine alignment harmonizes and heals my body, mind and soul with the spiritual rays of amethyst, turquoise and chrysoprase. Oh my God. Yes, divine alignment, Triskelion. So 3. And I did see 3. I see you having a single child, not more than 1, but you don't have to take it as it resonates. You could have 2, and then we have Ace here again. So either you could have 1 child or 4 children. it's up to you, or 10, it's up to you. You could adopt and have 10 children. They're taking me to Angelina Jolie, who has 11 kids, and I think 10 of them are adopted, if I'm not mistaken. And 𝒫𝓊𝓏 is actually her and Brad Pitt's daughter. So yeah, that's where they're taking me. Like, I feel like you have like motherhood, the experience of being a mother is going to be a healing experience for you. Angelina Jolie, she changed how she lived. She used to be suicidal, she used to be depressed, but she literally changed how she lived because she wanted to be able to provide for her children. She wanted to be able to be a mother to her children, and she realized, okay, I have to take care of myself because I am not alone anymore. I have people that I am responsible for. And now she doesn't do all of that. So motherhood like completely put her into an opposite energy, where she started to like put herself first. She started to take care of her health, because you need to do all of this if you're going to be a good mother. And yeah, that was what your future child has to say to you. And this is what the painting looks like. The paper is still wet, but the top layer is dry. This is what it looks like. I feel like they might directly communicate through you to you through this painting. So just close your eyes and pause the video and look at this for a second if you want to. Yeah, I'm going to put this down. Your future child is always going to tell you about everything. They are going to be very talkative with you. They are going to love talking to you. That's almost like this friendship kind of energy between you and your future child. Like, oh my god, I can't wait to tell my mom about this. I can't wait to tell my dad about this. There's like such a sweet energy. You have such a sweet family. Pile number 1, I cannot explain in words how sweet your family life is going to be. It's full of sweetness. Even if there are obstacles, you will go through all of them together, and it's not going to be a big deal because you have such a strong support system. You are such a strong support system for them, and they for you. So that was your reading. I love you so much, pile number 1. I take this time to thank my spirit guides, your future children, who are so sweet to come through and give such beautiful, exquisite messages for you, my dear pile number 1. I thank all of the cards. I thank all of the watercolor and the sacred water that I used today. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you today. It's such an honor. I hope you become a permanent part of my life and permanent part of my family here on YouTube. So subscribe if you haven't already, if you love my readings, and like if you like the reading. Let me know in the comments if it resonated. And I will see you hopefully in my next reading. If not, I thank you and love you for watching this one. Bye. Hello my loves. If you chose pile number 2, you chose Speak It Into Existence. I'm gonna start with your mini channeled watercolor painting. Now I'm gonna straight up start painting because I'm being taken to the colors very quickly. So the very first thing that I heard, because I picked this quote out and I always pick them out intuitively, and what I heard for you is that you need to speak it into existence. Some of you could be trying to manifest a child, or when you get married, you could be trying to manifest a child, and I'm seeing that maybe the first attempt might not be successful, but regardless, I do see a child coming in for you, because obviously if you're here, then you have a child that is unborn. So that's what I'm seeing for you. I was immediately taken to indigo, so I'm gonna load that on my paintbrush and start painting. I see that a lot of people will have a lot to say to you during your pregnancy, or they'll be like, oh, what if your child is like this, you need to do this and you need to do that, and you might have an unconventional way of being pregnant. Like what I mean by that is, like, you might refuse to go to a hospital because the hospital environment is actually traumatic and the child is separated from the mother and they are put in ICU, right? And the ICU air is actually not good for the child because that air is cold. I mean, it's sterile, so it's, in a way, it's good for the child, but it's cold and it lacks warmth. It's not the same as your warmth. And I'm seeing that you might have you might even give birth at home. Like, you might not go to the hospital. Now, this is not for all of you. Like, this is only, like, that was very specific. So, take it as it resonates. Don't force yourself to fit if it doesn't. But I see, because when you realize that, okay, like, the hospital air is not good for my baby, then you're going to be like, let me learn how I can do this myself. And you're going to I feel like you just want to do everything that is good for your baby spiritually. Like, I feel like you might not focus too much on how, like, what the doctors have to say, or they are like, oh, you can't do that, you shouldn't do that, because I'm being taken to, like, the practice of medicine being a practice where they try to steal money from people, and it's like, even when there is no problem, the doctors will fake it and say, oh, there is a problem, you need to get this medicine and you need to get this treatment, and really it's just a scheme to make money off of you. It's not genuine, it's not legit. You might have had like similar experiences regarding your health as well, where they said, oh, you need to do this and you need to do that, and then you changed one thing, you shifted one thing in your diet or something, and then everything was fine. Like, you went back to being healthy. And then you were like, why did these doctors keep lying to me? I don't get it. So anyway, yeah, you might also not get a cesarean section, because that is also traumatic for both, for your baby and you. Yeah. So anyway, your spirit guides are first of all coming in to say, like, whatever you decide, like, believe in yourself. Okay? You, like, listen to the doctors, of course. Like, I'm not saying, like, don't listen to doctors. I would never say that. But be careful that you're picking, like, a good doctor and not somebody who has, like, a scandalous kind of bad reputation of, like, taking advantage of people and stealing their money and stuff like that. Don't go to doctors like that. And, like, really do your homework and check if the doctor that you're going to for your delivery is a good doctor. Now the colors that I picked for you were actually like a mix of purple, blue, yellow, and what else did I pick? Okay, they asked me to do that, so that is why I was, like, holding it up like that. I'm going to wait for this to dry, but are there any messages, please? Painting, can you tell me anything about pile number 2's future child? Anything from them? Your future child is coming in to say that they love you so much. I feel like the quality that they most like in you, or they will most like in you, is your gentleness. They like that you don't yell at them too much, because even if your future child makes a mistake, or they go play somewhere you told them not to play, your future child is like, my mom doesn't yell at me. I feel like you have a very calm way of handling things, or there is gentleness to how you handle things. So you are not always yelling at your baby, and this is a quality that they really appreciate, because when you do yell, they realize that, oh, they made a big mistake, or they did something that was really, really bad or dangerous. But apart from that, I don't see you yelling at your child at all, honestly, even though your quote was speak it into existence, because once you see your child as a blessing and they are grateful for that. So once that happens, I see them being very grateful to you, your future child. So let's see what cards you have. I'm gonna place these two here and these two here. You also had two circles of healing card, but I'm being called to take this one. Wow, you have the Sun. You have the Six of Wands. Oh my god. I'm being taken to Leo energy. The Page of Swords, beautiful. And you have the Ten of Swords. Oh, beautiful. Look how similar the color. Now, I did not see these cards, okay? I never see these cards. I've always said this in my readings, but I always see the cards with you so that I can give you my first reaction and my first, the first message that I download, I can give you that, which is why I never flip the cards over. But the color scheme is so similar. So similar. It's blue, purple, and yellow. And that is what I picked. I see truth in this ending, Ten of Swords. So with the Ten of Swords being here, I feel like when you end a certain karmic cycle, I feel like for a lot of you, it could be a family. Maybe you have to cut ties with your family, for those of you that have toxic families. I feel like after that cycle is over, your future child comes in. Your future child only comes in when you finish a karmic cycle. The Page of Swords with the sword in the hand, I feel like you have to literally cut the bond, energetic cutting of the bond with some kind of toxic people. I see like this toxic person having a hold on you, and they are like, no, like anything that you say that you want, this person is like, no, you can't have that, you can't do this, like you can't get pregnant, and like this. If you are somebody who has some kind of medical condition or some kind of a disease or some kind of thing that to do with your body, some kind of physical disability, something like that, I feel like there's a lot of people around you that will kind of discourage you, like, no, don't have a baby, think about this baby and like everything. But I won't say you should go ahead and have like a biological baby if that is the case. But if you want to adopt, you're very welcome to. I'm not like I'm not a medical practitioner or a professional, so I can't tell you what to do or give you advice on like whether you should have a baby if that is the case, because yeah, but I'm seeing there's some kind of discouragement from your family or these people. For some of you, it is best if you don't have a baby of your own, but you can definitely adopt. And you might think like, oh, I don't want to adopt because it would not be my baby. But I feel like you're going to fall in love with the baby the moment you see them. I'm being taken to Sushmita Sen, who is India's first Miss Universe. And she adopted her first daughter. I think her name is, she calls her Renee. And she adopted her first daughter when she was only 25 or 24 years old. And her parents were like, are you sure about this? Like, you can't, this is not something to be played with. This is not like a boyfriend. This is not like an expensive purse that you get. This is a child. This is a human life. If you decide not to have this baby tomorrow, this baby is not going anywhere. So think about it thoroughly and then go for it. and only if you think about it, only then you can go for it. So she told them, I don't know how to be a parent. I don't know, but how does one know how to be a parent? She says that I'm going to learn from my child. And I think she said something similar to that. So I feel like that is your energy. And Sushmita Sen is also a Scorpio sun and a Scorpio rising, if I'm not mistaken. And oh my god, like the struggle that she had to face to have her first baby was just so much, because when she went to the hospital, I'm sorry, I'm like going into the story, but your spirit guides showed me her, so I have to. When she went to the hospital, she actually looked at 10 babies, and they asked her, how did you know that Renee was your baby? How did you know? And she said, when Renee looked at me, she smiled and laughed, ha, 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 like that. And that's when I knew that that was my baby. And when she put down the papers, when she submitted the papers that this is the baby I want, I'm going to name her Renee, this is the daughter, this is my, this is the girl I want to adopt, they were like, oh, there's been a mistake. She has a certain heart condition. That baby was never supposed to be up for adoption because she has a medical condition. And everybody tried to tell her like, no, and you can't adopt this baby. And on top of that, in India there used to be laws where single parents can't adopt a baby. So when she came in and they, the judge asked her, and they changed the law for single parents. So they changed it, and they now single parent, if you are a single parent and you are a woman, you can actually adopt a baby. You don't need a man, you don't need to be married, you don't need to have a husband. So that was a step in direction of women empowerment and empowering mothers, empowering single mothers. But yeah, and even today she's not married, and I think she's 48 or something, close to 45, in her mid or late 40s, and she's not married to this day. So I'm almost seeing there's going to be a lot of difficulties and problems, but I see that she's come out of it. She's come out of everything like that. And you have literally the Sun and Six of Wands here. So this is a message from your baby and your spirit guides. Don't let anything get you down. I'm sorry the story was so long, but don't let anything get you down. Speak whatever you want into existence, because you're going to have it. That is what I'm seeing. I mean, with the sun is literally the card, the most optimistic, the brightest, one of the brightest card in the whole tarot deck, right? And the Six of Wands is the card of victory. I am proud of what I achieve and accept my rewards. So what does that tell you? Because I feel like you're going to be successful in having a baby, whether it's adopting or having your own. And I see your future spouse protecting you through the process and being with you through the process. So when I see these conflicts or problems, I see them coming from the external. I don't see that you are fighting amongst yourselves or, something is happening in the family unit itself. I feel like you are a united front against anything that wants to put you down or make you feel bad and stuff like that. So your future spouse is going to be very supportive of you in having this baby. They are going to be very if you do suffer from some kind of medical condition or anything physical, anything to do with your physical body where you might not be able to give birth to an actual child, and both of you want a baby, I see them kind of having an open conversation with you and expressing to you that you don't have to force yourself to get pregnant, because we have to think about what's going to happen to you, and I can't afford to lose you. And I want to be with you. I want the baby, but I want you too. So if that is the case, if you feel it's going to be difficult for you, because being pregnant is not a joke, you guys, right? So I see them being very compassionate and loving towards you and saying you don't have to force yourself. You don't have to force yourself. We will have a baby when you're healthier. But if you're sick, for whatever reason, and there's some kind of abnormality with your body, they are going to make sure that you don't feel forced to have a baby. Like, they are not going to pressure you into having a baby. They are very concerned about how you feel, and they are going to make sure that they prioritize you. You are almost more important to them than your baby. I feel like they would be content if you said, oh, I never want to have children. Your future spouse would be content with just that, because the way they look at it is like, you're the one. If you're the female, you're the one who's going to carry that baby in you for 9 months. So it's like, I can't force her to do something like that, it's her choice. Like, it's her body, it's her choice. And message from your baby, your future child: I feel my heart's sacred wisdom supporting my soul unconditionally and restoring my being with deep and true love. Oh my God. You have so much love for your child, and your child has so much love for you. I feel like confirmation. I feel like I mentioned that your child wanted to say, I love you to you, right? Look at this. I feel my heart's sacred wisdom supporting my soul. I feel like it's you who's supporting your child. You're going to be super supportive of your child, and I feel like this gives them the strength to move forward in life. I feel like when your child grows into an adult, they're going to look back at their childhood and be like, yeah, I'm so proud of my parents. They raised me this way, and they raised me correctly. They raised me to love myself. They raised me to celebrate myself. Confirmation. And the unexpected is a secret grace that enhances my soul awakening and nourishes my divine potential. Oh my God. So this might be like an experience of awakening for you and your future spouse. This might be a divine child that is very high vibration. This is a divine child that has a very high vibration that is coming in for both of you. And the reason why like he or she is going to come into the both of you is because you have worked on yourself and you have a very high energy. And so that is why your child comes in. Like, your child is like, literally, we have page. I feel like this is your child. I take care of detail and stay in control. I feel like this is your child. Look at this child. How do you feel? Like, forget what's written here and forget, the name of the card and everything. But look at the child here. The pages are like basically like teenagers or children, right? The knight is more like he's in his 20s or 30s, and then we have the king, we have the queen, right? So that's what I'm seeing for you. Those were the messages from your child. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Your painting is not yet dry, not fully. I mean, this corner is wet, but I'm gonna hold it up so you can see. This is what it looks like. If you want to take a picture, you want to keep it as your wallpaper, it will help you to be exposed to your future child's energy. You can do that. And yeah, this was it for your reading. I love you guys so much, and I'm so sorry for what you've gone through. I feel like some of you were like, I don't need you to be sorry for me, because I'm not sorry for myself anymore. And that's great. I love seeing that. Yeah, speak your power into existence, my dear pile number 2s. And with that, I will end your reading here. I thank your spirit guides, my spirit guides, your future child, who is very sweet and beautiful. And your future child also might be very logical. Yeah. Emotional, yes, but they might have air sign or fire sign. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or Sagittarius, Aries, Leo in their sun sign. I feel like they might be an air or fire sign, sun sign, and then their chart will obviously be different. Yeah, and that's what I see for you, my dear loves, pile number 2. I will see you in my next reading. Bye bye. Hello, my loves. If you chose pile number 3, your pile is called love, and this will be your reading. I'm going to start with your painting. I feel like a lot of you are new here. If that is the case, hello, I'm Mystique, and I am an intuitive artist and I paint energy. So this is going to be another channeled mini painting reading, and I call these readings watercolor readings, where I have like 3 or 4 types of watercolor readings that I've created, and yeah, you'll find those in the description if you're curious. But yeah, okay, so the very first thing I painted was a heart, because that is what your future child showed me, and that immediately tells me that your future child has a lot of love for you. I feel like they are going to love you more than you can imagine. I feel like maybe right now you feel like you don't deserve love, or you don't deserve, like, I feel like when I say this, you might not believe that your future child has love for you, because you might struggle feeling like you deserve love. And I see that your future child is it's more like they are your cheerleader. They are going to be so supportive of you. It's almost like they could be your parent, your future child. That's a very interesting message. I'm going to start painting the second heart and see. When I do these channel paintings, I usually paint what your spirit guides show me. So that's what I'm doing. And I immediately saw like hearts, I saw a lot of hearts, and I went, oh, they love the future child of pile number 2 loves them a lot. I need to paint hearts, and it was very clear to me that this page needed to be full of hearts. Obviously they are not going to be even, but hey. I'm seeing that your child has a very mature and bright personality. They have a very mature outlook as well. Like, they are going to be, I feel like this is an old soul that's incarnating as your child. This is an old soul. It could be a family member that is reincarnating as your child, like your own family member. It could be a family member that's reincarnating as a child. For some of you, that was a very specific message, so, please take it as it resonates. Do not force it to fit. Your child has a very bubbly personality where they are like, Mom, Dad, look, I bought this today for myself. And they're like going around the house and jumping around the house to the point that it might be annoying sometimes. But I see you having heart eyes for your child. Like, no matter what your child does, your child is so cute to you. And I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at you, but like, your future child's energy is so cute, and they're like, yeah, I know I'm annoying. I know I'm annoying, but my mom loves me. they are they are like a little bit of a brat. I'm not going to lie, but it's very cute. It's very cute, and it's beautiful. Oh, I noticed. Wait, the pile that you selected is actually called love, and then I was immediately taken to painting hearts for you. Wow. Okay. Okay. So I feel like, okay, your future child is coming in to say that words cannot describe how much love they have for you. It's almost like, those children that act very old for their age. Like, that's the kind of energy your child has. And like, let's say you slightly make a mistake, or you don't know how to this is just like, I'm just giving a hypothetical example. Let's say you don't know, like, you're having issues with making a milkshake because you don't know how to, like, run the blender. Your 10-year-old child is going to come and be like, mom, it's not like that, you have to do it like this. Don't you know, mom? It's very much like that kind of energy where they're like, mom, you have to do it like this, you can't use technology like this. And they're going to teach you, like, how to, like, use your phone, and how to check emails or whatever. Like, anything that you don't know, they are going to teach you because they already know. And they have this, like, sassy attitude, like, yeah, I know, like, I'm gonna show my mom. It's like that. I'm just going to add one final heart here, and then I'll be done. What color? Blue. They're taking me to manganese blue. So let's do that. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. You see how I picked out a lot of colors? Now, if you watch pile number 1 and 2 and you're watching the third one, I don't feel like you are, but if you saw, like, the channel paintings of pile number 1 and 2, they had like 2 or 3, colors, like not more than 4. But for you, I'm sensing that like, the relationship itself is so colorful, and so I was called to take multiple colors instead of just one color. They're showing me a word, baby. Baby love, I think I've been a little too kind. What is that song? Baby love, I think I've been a little too kind. They showed me the word baby love. I'm going to write that here because that's how they showed me. yeah, this is what it looks like. I'm going to wait for this to dry, and yeah, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like after it's dried. But let's see your cards now. Wow, beautiful. Let me hold it up close to the camera just in case if you want to see what it looks like. It's still wet, like some of the hearts are still wet. I'm gonna wait for them to dry. Baby love. Now I don't know why they took me to that word, like your future child, but that's why they took me, so that's why I wrote that. Oh, they're taking me to the song called Bejeweled by Taylor Swift. Baby love, and the first lyric, the first word of that song is actually baby love. Baby love, I think I've been a little too kind. And the name of the song is called Bejeweled. Best believe I'm still bejeweled when I walk in the room. I can make the whole place shimmer. And when I meet the band, they ask, do you have a man? I could still say, I don't remember. Oh, gorgeous. Okay, so let's see your cards. 10 of Cups. Oh my god. Wow. 2 of Swords. I love your cards. The Hierophant. I love your cards. Love your cards. Absolutely. This is a divine spiritual baby right off the bat. This is a divine spiritual baby. Clear and refreshed. The third eye sees the truth. My soul is blessed and growing into a loving vision of exquisite evolution. Oh my god. Wow. Wow. That is so beautiful. I feel like there's a card. I feel like you need one more card, and I feel like it's this. I was intuitively drawn to it. Look at this. It looks like an eye. It looks like an eye, doesn't it? Looks like an eye. My soul is blessed and growing into a loving vision of exquisite evolution. I feel like this is something that is true for both of you. You as the parent and them as a child. I feel like whoever this child is coming in, this child is a divine, sacred. They are bringing in like a divine energy, a sacred energy into your life, with the Hierophant being here. Now I feel like you could raise them in a way that is unconventional or different. For example, you might not believe in sending them to school because school is all about competition and comparison and low vibrational things. There's a lot of things in school that are not good for children, and it's almost like the school expects everybody to fit into one category and in one, like they expect everybody to be good at only one thing, and if they have any other talent, those talents are not looked at, they are not paid attention to. And I feel like for that reason you might not send them to school or like something like that, where there is something unconventional about your parenting method. And I feel like your future baby is coming in to say that they love you for it, and it's almost like they also kind of feel sad, if I can say, that's not the correct word, but there's almost like I know why. Like if I take the same example as the school one, then it's like your child understands, okay, I know why you don't want me to go to school, but I also don't have friends, like I have nobody to play with because I'm always alone, I'm being homeschooled alone. Like that can be a lonely experience, right? So it's like they have like this, like they understand that why you have your own way of parenting, but then it's also like please listen to me as well, because I also want to be able to do things my way. And I'm not saying that you don't listen to your child, of course you do, but I feel like you have you might have some Capricorn energy, or you're just very like, you're traditional or non-traditional. Either you're very traditional, either you're very non-traditional, so it's like one of the two. And I see that you, either way, you have a set way of things and doing things, and parenting is obviously one of them. And it's like, I know how I'm going to raise my child, I know what I want to do, I know how I want to like raise them. But your future child is coming in to tell you like, please give me more love, please give me more emotional bonding, because that is what I need. Like, I don't need you to be strict with me, I don't need you to, make sure that I'm financially provided. Like, I need your love more than I need the money, more than I need to go to school. I just need you to be there, I need you to be open. That's what they are saying to you. So you might have had trouble being vulnerable, because you if you are a single parent, I did feel like that energy. If you choose to be a single parent, if you choose not to marry, then if you are a female and you choose not to marry, then you don't have a husband, right? And it's almost like they're coming in to say, it's okay, like, I don't feel the absence of a father or a man, but I wish that you would be more vulnerable for me, like you would be my mom and not try to be my dad. I'm sorry if that's offensive, but I have to say what they're saying. And this is not, they are not saying it in a negative way at all. Okay, pile number 3, please don't click off. Just stay with me. They are not saying this in a bad way. They're saying this because, single parents might have the tendency to become the father and the mother, right? And nobody, like, it's so hard to do both at the same time, because if you have to make a living and you have to change your baby's diapers all the time, like you have to go to work and you have to wake up at 2 a.m. because your baby is crying, right? It can be so difficult. It's not going to be easy. And your child is like, don't put so much pressure on yourself. Pile number 3, like, you don't need to put that much pressure on yourself. And they are coming in to say, like, give me more love. We have love here. So all they need is more love. We have the 10 of Cups, which is the first card that came out for you. This talks about emotional love, feeling emotionally bonded. I have all I wish for in my relationships, right? That means that your child needs love and you're able to give it to them. And then we have 5 here, and 5 2s are 10, right? 5 into 2 is 10. So I feel like, anyway, like, the outcome of your relationship is you being able to make the necessary changes and being able to love and give love to your child, because that is what they need. And I feel like this is going to be like a shocking thing for you, maybe, where your child is like, mom, like, dad, I just need you to be here, I just need you to sit and chill with me, I just, let's play a game, let's lighten up, let's go out into the park and not plan anything, let's just go somewhere, like, kind of spontaneous. So your child is more spontaneous than you are. Your child is going to be more spontaneous than you are. They're like, mom, let's go, dad, let's play a game, like, we don't have to study all the time, we don't have to do this all the time. And like, your future child is going to bring a lot of changes to how you see the world. And I feel like you're going to become happier as you grow up with your child. It's almost like I'm seeing you grow up and learn a lot from your child, because your child is going to teach you how to be happy. And I feel like there's nobody in the world who can teach adults, who can teach human beings how to be happy than a child. Like, a child will literally be happy with a fake small car. How? Like, they will be happy with a toy. How? And like, we adults, some of us have like Lamborghinis, we're very successful, and we're still not very happy. So I feel like your child is really going to teach you to be in your happiness, to really be in your emotions. And it might be scary for you at first as a parent, because you've never stepped into that energy, you've never stepped fully into love. But your child is calling you to step fully into love in order to embrace them and love them fully. And I'm seeing your womb. They're showing me your womb, which is full of love. So one of the things you can practice when you're pregnant in the future is just take both of your hands and put them on your belly when your child is inside. If you are a woman, put them on your belly and imagine that love is flowing from your heart towards your womb. Imagine that love is flowing like from your heart into your hands, and towards your belly. Like, just imagine that and sit down and do that practice as much as you can when you're pregnant, because that will help the child feel that, it belongs with you. That will help the child to know that you can lean on them. Okay? So that's a practice you can do. Just imagine that there's a lot of love going from your heart to your child. There's a lot of love coming from source to you both, coming from your husband to you both, if you are a woman going to marry a man. Yeah, that is what I have for you. Pile number 3, I hope you like this reading. I'm going to take this time to thank your spirit guides and my spirit guides and all of the cards and the sacred water and watercolors that I used today. This is what your dried painting looks like. And hopefully I'll see you in my next video, and if not, I thank you for watching this one. Bye.